she was very Quebecois, very French speaking. She didn't like to speak English at all. When I met her, because she read so much in English in Time magazine, she spoke more English than her friend did that was from Quebec. But Grandma had the reputation of not liking to speak English when I first met her. Period, Andrew. She learned English because she read the English magazine, even though Quebec was French. But she, for some reason in her family, she did not like to be known as English speaking, but she read the Time magazine. She wrote New York Times. So when I met her, she understood more English than her friend that was with her in Italy. So she understood English. And I could communicate with her in English. And I had grown up with French Canadians, so I had no problem understanding her English or her French. So basically, she said she was always, she didn't like to speak English, but she was really bilingual because of her intellectual ability.
Right.
Because she read so much. She had 12 people in her family, and she was one of twins. And let's say she had she had an older sister. She had an older brother, older sister, an older brother. So she was of the 12. She was one of the fifth, the twins. Her, Paul, and Paul came after Gustave. So they were the fifth. They were kind of like little in the family, but she wasn't with the older ones, and she wasn't with the younger ones, so she was kind of mixed up in the middle of the family, okay? The way it started, we were in the Bermuda Islands, and then we went to Milan, and I saw these two girls, and I was trying to take a picture of the Last Supper, and these two girls were standing there. And I said, I hadn't talked to them yet. I said, well, would they move so I can take a picture? But they didn't move, so I took a picture. I ended up taking a picture of the Last Supper with Grandma's rear end and this other girl's rear end. But I still got a picture of the Last Supper. And then we went on from there to Venice. And we went to Venice, and there was a concert. It was kind of rainy. It wasn't a beautiful night, but it was a nice night. There was a concert, and so I started going to this concert, and I saw these two girls going to this concert, and they said, you going to the concert? I said, yeah. You going? They said, yeah. I started talking to them, and that's where I found out that they were French Canadians. They weren't French. Because before I went to high school, half of my high school were French Canadians, and the rest were Irish and German. So we started talking. And then we, I finally knew somebody my age on this trip. Most of the people were older Americans or older French. And so we started talking. And so then we went to, after Venice, then we went to Florence, and we went that big shopping street, Ponte Vecchio, this big shopping street in Florence, and I went with Mom, with Gabby, and her girlfriend, and I said, well, I know a girl, maybe I'm looking for something because she's done me a lot of favors. Maybe you can help me pick out something. So not knowing I was going to have love like Grandma. And anyway, so we walked on this tour, and then we went back to supper, and I said, I went to the hotel guy, the concierge, and I said, is there a place you can dance around here? Because by that time I had talked to him and walked all around, and I said, I really like that. And I said, is there a place you can dance? And they said, yeah. They gave me a call to Beatrice, which is the same name as that picture that we gave to you that you have your house in London. That was maiden room of a famous Beatrice painting. So I said to Gabby after we got done, tonight you want to go dancing? And she said, yeah, okay. Her girlfriend said, yeah, go. So I took Grandma to this really nice place, and they had these fancy curtains, these luxury curtains and places we wanted to have a drink. And all of a sudden I saw girls coming out from these curtains. Evidently it was a place you went if you wanted to meet a girl to dance in Florence. And Grandma said she wanted to go to the bathroom, but she was scared to death to go to the bathroom. Because she realized I didn't realize where I'd taken her, and so I took Grandma back and I kissed her goodnight, and Grandma said, "Oh, I didn't." She says, "I didn't want to stay too long because I really had to go to the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom at the Beatrice." So then after we went to the Beatrice, we went to we went to Rome, and when we went to Rome, I was supposed to go meet a guy who was the brother of the sister that this girl. This was not a real girl, but this is a friend of mine that from France who was also on an Air Force base in France. And she said, "Well, I tried to get to Scandinavia because I thought I might be getting early release from the Air Force, but I couldn't. The only tour left was Italy." She says, "Well, why don't you go down if you get bored with the rest of the tour? You go see my brother because he was what's his famous school in New York City? It's for artists from piano and all this stuff. Evidently,
Juilliard or something?
Yeah, that's the famous school, the most famous one for music in New York. What is it?
Juilliard?
Juilliard. He was at Juilliard, so I said, he said, "Well, come over, have a drink." I had a drink and went back, saw Gabby and Lorette, these people, and I said, and we just started talking, and they said, "Well, they're going to have an additional. If you don't want to stay in Rome." Once I knew, I liked the guy, but I wasn't going to spend a lot of time with this guy. I just met the guy, and so so Gabby and I, what happened was, they said, "Well, you can sign up for an extra tour." And I said to Gabby and Lorette, because by then we'd become kind of buddies, if nothing more. And I really liked Gabby, but I just met this girl, something else. And so what happened was, they said, "Yeah, they're going to Pompeii and Sorrento and Capri." I said, "Do you mind if I go along with you?" No, they said, "Go ahead. We'll have a good time."
Well, look, Andrew, from my perspective, I had a foreign mother in America, right? And
She wasn't a U.S. citizen.
No, I understand that, but she strove so hard to make me American, right? Remember that she stopped speaking French to me as a child, and she wanted so much of me to fit in, and she worked so hard to kind of make me fit into America. That was kind of my young memory. I think the thing that was really
it's a big part, okay? So that's a good job in Switzerland.
Yeah. But I think the thing keeping my grandma for me was that she believed in me before I believed in myself. And she was always had an enormous amount of confidence, and I didn't, and so I built that over time. And I'd say, after we got married, I mean, she was always very, very kind to Colleen, to Mom. And she because she was in a big family, she knew that you had to accept different people. And so, whether Kelly or Mom or Patrick or Tim, she was very welcoming of everyone.